welcome to DTBTV. So this is my video previewing tonight's semi-final against Arsenal, and obviously with Wembley only 90 minutes away, or possibly extra time and penalties, then I'm going to just do a little piece here on what Wembley actually means to myself. Now, Wembley, I've had more lows than I've had highs. So how do I describe that? I was born in March 1984, and my first experience of Wembley uh, was horrendous. It was the 1996 FA Cup final against Manchester United, and I've got to be honest with you, it was one of the worst days I've ever had in my life, because it was them days when the final was on from 9 o'clock in the morning until it finished, and it was amazing. That was what the FA Cup was about. That was what, to me, it should be about. It should always be about, it's the biggest day in the season. It was a curtain call. It was the last sort of thing of the season where everybody stopped for it. And now it's ridiculous they have it on the same weekend as Premier League games. They've devalued it. I don't think the supporters have devalued the FA Cup. I think the actual broadcasters and the FA and those in charge of placing it at certain times of day, they've devalued it. And obviously Man United pulling out of it that year didn't help it either. But yeah, that was easily the worst day of my life as a Liverpool fan. Eric Cantona's volley. I remember all the players did that stupid thing with their foot, trying to stop it rather than just putting their head in front of the ball or their chest. So it was one of them. But in my opinion, Wembley is what Liverpool Football Club is about. Wembley is what Liverpool, its history is about. And in my opinion, the way I always say, Liverpool are made for Wembley. They used to call it, Anfield South many years ago. And I watched the other day. If you go on YouTube now, you get great footage of the Everton match where Rush scored two, and Lineker scored for Everton, and it was fantastic. And even the Queen was there that day. And the FA Cup. I mean, even Wembley. I've been to Wembley 3 times myself to watch Liverpool, and all of them we've lost. But 90,000 seater stadium. It looks like an absolute baller of a final as well. If we can beat Arteta's Arsenal tonight, not if, I think we will beat Arteta's Arsenal tonight, then we face Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea in the final, and Klopp v Tuchel, tactically trying to outdo each other. I will absolutely be buzzing if we can get to the final tonight, and let's do it. Now, anyway, what Wembley means to me is not been great. So my first ever appearance at Wembley was the 2015 Aston Villa semi-final, and it was actually Gerrard's last season. Now, if we could have got to the final would have been played on Gerrard's birthday, and it would have been some way to say cheerio to the greatest ever Liverpool player in history, in my opinion. I know I'm too young for Kenny Dalglish's days, but I've just never seen a footballer better than him on the planet. Never mind at Liverpool. I mean, to me, he had absolutely everything. I mean, what I mean by everything is everyone says Scholes is better. Bullshit. He wasn't better than Lampard's better. No, he wasn't better. To me, Steven Gerrard he's a script writer. He literally can win games on his own, even if he's got 9 average players in his team. Frank Lampard couldn't have played the way Steven Gerrard played if he had the players around him like Bischan, Finnan, Traore. Finnan was good, but you know what I mean? Not ballers. Sinamar, Pongal, Neil Mellor, and Latalik up front. He couldn't have won European Cups with them. Only Steven Gerrard could. But that's a different subject. I'm not here talking about Steven Gerrard, but that's how I can fly off the subject sometimes. But anyway, yeah, it was Aston Villa semi-final at Wembley, and we lost. And that was the day I'd had enough of Brendan Rodgers. That I remember storming out of Wembley, absolutely livid that we'd lost to Aston Villa. That I think were fighting relegation that season as well. So I was fuming, and that was the day I was done with Brendan Rodgers, because I realised then that we were never going to win any trophies with him, and I turned out to be correct, because that is exactly what happened. So that was my first occasion at Wembley. Second one was Jurgen Klopp's first final as Liverpool manager, which was the League Cup final. And then what I love about going down to Wembley is I love heading to Liverpool Lime Street, seeing all fellow supporters all dressed in red, all scarves out, beers, cases of beers, everything. That feeling you get where everybody's looking at you getting out the taxi and looking at you heading to Lime Street, knowing, oh, there's the Liverpool fans. They're off to London. They're off to Wembley. And you get that train down and it's absolutely packed and all the songs are singing. And then you get to London and we all just march straight from the tube station straight down the Wembley way. And it's just a sea of red. You can just see a sea of red all the way down. The weather's always great because it's the FA Cup or League Cup final. His weather's not too bad, I remember, in that one. And we drew 1-1, I think it was, for Man City. And I remember the penalty shootout, and I was gutted. We lost. Sure, it was a penalty shoot. Yeah, it was. Yeah, 2 penalty shootouts. Yeah, so we lost the League Cup final. I remember Coutinho scored the equaliser, and that was horrible. And I don't care what anybody says, because what annoys me about some fans is Mickey Mouse Cup. Mickey Mouse Cup. Listen, no trophy is Mickey Mouse. If you're winning a trophy, you create history with that football club. If you win a trophy, you also stop rival fans saying, when's the last time you won anything? Right? Winning breeds success. Winning also puts memories. Look at Harry Kane. He wants to leave Tottenham. Why? Because they don't win anything. So Liverpool need to keep winning trophies for the next person, the next Mane, the next Salah, the next Firmino that wants to sign for Liverpool will sign on the basis that they will win trophies. So let's go out there tonight at Arsenal. Let's smash them and let's get to Wembley. Now, my third appearance at Wembley was only the Community Shield, and I know that's a bit different. I know what people say, that's Mickey Mouse. Yeah, but it's a day out. So that's the only trophy I'd say to you. All right. Not if we did lose it, you get over it pretty quick. But it still doesn't change the fact that you're still going to Wembley for a day. You're still in a ground that's 90,000 sold out. And it still hurts when you see Pep Guardiola and all them plastic Man City players running down the touchline after winning on penalties and celebrating, and all that plastic end celebrating. Because I'll tell you why, I bumped into a lot of Man City fans that day, and a lot of them were given free tickets. They couldn't even fill the end that they had at Wembley. That shows you how plastic that club is. So my experiences at Wembley haven't been great. The Eric Cantona, volley, and the three defeats that I've personally been to myself. We won most of our trophies in finals at Cardiff Millennium Stadium. So it just goes to show that we haven't got a great record at Wembley, apart from, remember, we destroyed Barcelona in that friendly, but that was just a friendly. But it is what it is. But yeah, so I'm really looking forward tonight. What Wembley means to me is it's another day where we can win more. And I've said this on the group that we have to win more trophies with Jurgen Klopp. We cannot go to the end of his time at Liverpool with only what we've won so far. It needs to be a period of dominance. And had it not been for Pep Guardiola's £1 billion squad, we'd be on 3 or 4 league titles by now. It's frustrating, but that's what it is. But we have to win at least one more league and a few more domestic cups, and hopefully one more European Cup before Jurgen Klopp leaves. Leave in the comments what Wembley means to you. You'll never walk alone.